The Joy of Living Dangerously. Insights for a New Way of Living. By Osho. Part 16. Inquiry will need trust because you will be going into the unknown. It will demand tremendous trust and courage, because you are moving away from the conventional and the traditional. You are moving away from the crowd. You are going into the open sea, and you don't know whether the other shore exists at all. I could not send you into such an inquiry without preparing you to have trust. It will look contradictory, but what can I do? This is how life is. Only a man of great trust is capable of great doubt, great inquiry. A man of little trust can only doubt a little. A man of no trust can only pretend that he doubts. He cannot inquire deeply. The depth comes through trust. And it is a risk. Before I send you into the uncharted sea, I have to prepare you for this immense journey on which you will have to go alone. But I can lead you up to the boat. First, you have to know about the beauty of trust, the ecstasy of the way of the heart. So when you go into the open ocean of reality, you will have courage enough to keep on going. Whatever happens, you will have trust enough in yourself. Just see this. How can you trust anybody or anything if you don't trust yourself? It's quite impossible. If you doubt yourself, how can you trust? It is you who are going to trust, and you don't trust yourself. How can you trust your trust? It is absolutely necessary that the heart should be opened before intellect can be transformed into intelligence. That's the difference between intellect and intelligence. Intelligence is intellect in tune with your heart. Intelligence is intellect in tune with your heart. The heart knows how to trust. The intellect knows how to seek and search. There is an old Eastern story. Two beggars used to live outside a village, and one was blind, and one had no legs. And one day, the forest near the village where those beggars lived caught fire. They were in a competition, of course. They were in the same profession. They were enemies, not friends. So when the forest was on fire, those two beggars thought for one moment. They were enemies, not even on speaking terms. But this was quite an emergency. The blind man said to the man who had no legs, "Now the only way to escape is that you sit on my shoulders and my legs, and use my legs, and I will use your eyes. And that's the only way we can save ourselves." It was immediately understood. There was no problem. The man without legs could not get out. It was impossible for him to cross the forest. It was all on fire. He could have moved a little, but that would not help. An exit, a very quick exit, was needed. The blind man also was certain that he could not get out. He did not know where the fire was, where the road was, and where the trees were burning, and where they were at this very moment. A blind man, he would get lost. But both were intelligent people. They dropped their enmity, became friends, and saved their lives. This is an Eastern fable, and this is about your intellect and your heart. It has, in fact, nothing to do with begging or beggars. It has something to do with you. It has nothing to do with the forest on fire. It has something to do with you, because you are on fire. Each moment you are burning, suffering, in misery, anguish. Alone your intellect is blind. It has no legs. It has legs, and it can run fast, but because it is blind, it cannot choose the right direction in which to go. And it is bound to be continually stumbling, falling, hurting itself, and feeling life meaningless. That's what the intellectuals of the world are saying. Life is absolutely, completely meaningless. The reason why life seems to be meaningless to them is that the blind intellect is trying to see the light. It is impossible. There is a heart within you which sees, which feels, but which has no legs. It can't run. It remains where it is, beating, waiting. Someday, intellect will understand and will be able to use the heart's eyes. When I say the word trust, I mean the eyes of the heart. And when I say doubt, I mean the legs of your intellect. Both together can come out of the fire. There is no problem at all. But remember, the intellect has to accept the heart above its shoulders. It has to. And the heart has no legs, only eyes. And intellect has to listen to the heart and follow its directions. In the hands of the heart, the intellect becomes intelligent. It is a transformation, a total transformation of energy. Then the person does not become an intellectual, he simply becomes wise. Wisdom comes through the meeting of the heart and the intellect. And once you have learned the art of how to create a synchronicity between your heartbeats and the workings of your intellect, you have the whole secret in your hands. You have the master key to open up all the mysteries.